Hey everyone, I'm going to do just a very quick reading. I'm just going to pull a few cards, mostly just a few oracles really, just to see why maybe divine masculine, for those of you that are not in communication, why is it that, divine masculine is still not reaching out? Why is it you're still not in communication? For the most part, we've been channeling twins that are in communication. So this reading is just going to be a very short one to see, maybe why they're still not in communication or why they're not communicating, okay? All right, so the first card that I have coming out is Discover Your Life Purpose, okay? Discover your life purpose. What I can see in this card is a man and a woman, okay? There's a man and a woman, and there's also this spirit here, looks like trying to get the attention of this man, okay? In fact, there's another spirit here. There's two spirits here trying to kind of, give some attention to this man. I can see that this couple is not looking at each other. They're clearly not even communicating. They're both there. It's almost like they're there, but they're not even really taking notice of each other, okay? But they're clearly meant to be there together. So the way that I'm seeing this is, okay, so it says discover your life purpose. Okay, so I feel like what's going on is this. I feel like for divine masculines who are not communicating, I feel like the reason why they're not communicating is because they hadn't even figured out that they're even on a journey yet, okay? They don't realize that, they're part of a bigger path. They're part of a journey that has to do with twins. They don't understand what this journey is, okay? And with these, with these angels here that are trying to get this gentleman's attention, and he's really not even paying attention, I feel like, because you have to understand something, and I'm gonna talk about it as in divine feminines. Most divine feminines, the reason we know that we're on a path, and the reason that we know that our life purpose is meant for this journey, is because we get signs and synchronicities, right? We get these feelings, and we start seeing these, we start having these vibrations, and we start seeing their name, and we start seeing these numbers, and so we start looking into all that, and it eventually leads us on this path, right? So what I feel like these spirits are trying to get this masculine's attention to let him know that, hey, you're on this life purpose, but yet you're not paying attention, okay? So I feel like the reason why, for the most part, divine masculine is not communicating is because he doesn't realize that he's part of a bigger plan. He hadn't figured out what his life purpose is, okay? Now let me see if I can't read this. Okay, it says they need to start asking themselves, what is the meaning of their life? As a soul, they are having physical experiences that are there to watch them grow and learn. They are being asked to immerse themselves in a life by expanding, stretching, and understanding their reasons for being there. Nothing is impossible for a soul who is following their destiny. Their guides, angels, and higher self are constantly trying to communicate through signs, feelings, people, books, etc. Hunches. That's exactly what I said. I felt like, because it says discover your life purpose. Well, as a divine feminine, we know this through signs and synchronicities. The divine gives us these signs and synchronicities, so we start researching it, and then that's how we figure out we're on a bigger life purpose. We're on a path, right? So it just kind of makes sense to me that that's kind of what's happening here, because these spirits are clearly trying to get this gentleman's attention, and it's like he's too busy playing his fiddle here. He's too busy doing what has him occupied. Okay. So this is saying, to discover their life purpose, that there is communication being sent to them by their guides, their angels and higher selves, okay? Through signs, feelings, books, people. They need to follow their hunches. They are being given important guidance, which may show up in a form of a strong feeling, or by speaking to someone. No matter how far-fetched the inner guidance is, they need to listen. Their soul's purpose includes a combination of experiences that their mind doesn't understand, but their soul needs to process in order to learn to grow. So you see, it's saying that, there's a combination of experiences that their mind doesn't understand, okay? But their soul does need to process this. So they need to figure out what this purpose is. They need to start paying attention to the signs that clearly their guides and angels and higher selves are trying to communicate with them. Okay, but they're ignoring it. Okay, they're ignoring it, and that is the reason why. Okay, what else it says? It says others will be challenged. Others will be challenging and cause a struggle. Okay, so it is saying that some will be challenged and will have a struggle with this. So clearly that's the reason why divine masculines are having trouble. They're struggling, okay? They're struggling. This is challenging for them. They don't understand what's going on, okay? If they did know what was going on, and they did pay attention, then maybe they would try to research it, and then maybe they'd understand. Not all divine masculines know that they're a twin. They don't know that they're supposed to be on this journey. They don't know what all this twin flame stuff is about, okay? I know a lot of, feminines may try to explain it to them, but, men being men, they'll blow it off, okay? They'll blow it off. So, so for the most part, the reason why there's no communication is because divine masculines are ignoring the signs. They're ignoring it. I feel like if they didn't ignore the signs and they did listen to what Spirit was trying to communicate with them, I feel like once they realized they were on a journey, they'd probably search inside their soul and their heart, and it would lead them to you, because you're their twin, right? I feel like it'd lead them to you, and of course they would communicate. But for right now, they're basically ignoring the signs. They don't know that they're meant to be on a life purpose, and that is why they're not communicating, okay? All right, so let's pull a couple of lesson cards and see, what else, Spirit? What else could be a struggle for them? What else could be a struggle for them that they're not communicating? What lessons are they, really needing to work on? All right, that's too many cards. So I'm just going to take 2. All right, so we have success and we have courage, okay? All right, so listen, I feel like in order to have success, they need to have courage, okay? They need to have courage and they need to have success. Courage. They need to find the inner strength, okay, to face their fears with confidence. In order to have success, they need to know that there is no greater goal than love. I feel like, again, if they would just pay attention, all right, if they would just pay attention to, what these feelings are that's being told to them, and they would actually start realizing that they're really here for a higher purpose, instead of, maybe rejecting, because I do feel like sometimes, especially, for men, I do feel like, they get to this, when they don't understand that they're having all these feelings. Sometimes they think they're going crazy, okay? They will. They'll think that they're going crazy. And what they need to do is they need to ignore that in a negative sense, and they need to have courage and find the inner strength within themselves, find the confidence. And if they can do that, if they can find that courage, then they'll have success. Okay, what else, Spirit? What else? Okay, so needing to have the courage to find their freedom as well, okay? A lot of divine masculines are having trouble finding their freedom, okay? Having trouble finding their freedom. If the ones who do realize that they are a divine masculine, okay? If the ones who do know that they're a divine masculine and know that they are, you know, have this purpose, they're struggling with finding the courage to have their own freedom. They have not, how should they have not found the courage in order to find that inner strength, to face their fears, and, you know, allow themselves to have the freedom that they should have. But if they did, they would actually be successful. What Spirit is saying is that they would be successful if they actually did have the courage and start looking at their freedom, okay? The power and the free will to create their own happiness, okay? But again, this is really what they're struggling with. They're struggling with courage. They're struggling with finding their own freedom, and they're struggling with the success of having the courage to find their own freedom. Okay, let's pull one more. Let's just pull one more. Denial. Okay. So denial says they need to acknowledge the fear and replace it with insight and awareness. Okay, they need, so we have fear here and we have fear here. Okay, so clearly their biggest fears is courage and denial. Okay, those are their fears. Okay, their successes would actually be, you know, having this courage, getting rid of this denial, and looking toward freedom, okay? Looking towards freedom, all right? You know, this denial really has to do with the fact that, you know, for the ones, like I said, for the ones who do know that they are in a twin flame connection, that do, and I don't feel like a lot of them do. I don't feel like Spirit would have given me this, all right? I don't feel like Spirit would have given me this if it meant that there was a lot of them out there. I think for the most part, a lot of them do not know. But for the, you know, so I'm seeing two different groups here. That's kind of good. I'm kind of glad we're seeing two different groups here. So for the ones that still have not figured out their life purpose, you know, they are in denial because listen, if they're a twin and they are masculine, trust me, they're getting signs and synchronicities, yet they're in denial about it, okay? They're denying it, all right? There's a fear within them. Like I said earlier, some of them feel like they're going crazy. They don't know what it is, and they become fearful of that awareness, okay? And what Spirit is saying is that they need to get rid of that fear and replace it with insight and awareness, okay? And if they can do that and have the courage to start looking toward their own freedom, then they will have success, okay? Now, for the ones who do not know, all right? So, wait a minute. I'm a little confused here. Because I'm talking about two groups here. I don't know. I kind of lost my place. Okay, so let's see, for the other group. So for the ones who do kind of know that they are on twin flame journey, okay, they're in denial because they understand that there is a bigger life purpose out there for them, okay? Yet they're in denial about it. They have not accepted it. They have not accepted it, although they have a bit of a understanding, yet they deny it. Okay, they're denying it, and it could still just be kind of the same scenario. They're denying it with fear as well. But you know, I feel like the reason why they're in denial is because they're afraid of freedom. Okay, they're afraid to take on this courage and to be free for whatever reason. Okay, let's see if we can't pull a clarifier. For the ones who do know that they are in a twin flame connection and they're denying it, give me a clarifier, Spirit. Give me a clarifier. For the ones who do know that they are in a twin flame connection and have a higher purpose in denying it. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so for the ones that do understand that they do have a life purpose, yet they are denying themselves the life purpose, they're at a crossroads with their choice, so therefore they hold on to the karmic that they're with because they're in denial, and you know, they choose to, you know, well, they have a choice to make, but they're at a crossroads with this, so they hold on to the karmic. All right, they hold on to the karmic. Because this crossroads is just too difficult for them. Okay, it's too difficult for them. So the reason why they're not communicating with you is because they're at a crossroads with this denial. They're at a crossroads with it, and they're still holding on to the karmic because they're in denial. All right, so that's why they're not communicating. All right, so let's see, for the ones who do not know. All right, so for the ones who do not know that they are in a twin flame connection and they have and they're being guided to a life's purpose, but they're denying the synchronicities. They're denying the inner communication. Why are they in denial? Okay, for that group, why are they in denial? Why is that group in denial? The ones that are denying the feelings, the communication, the hunches that Spirit is trying to give them, and they're denying it. Why are they denying it? All right, so we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so I feel like the reason why they're denying it is because they are too caught up in their structure, in, you know, their responsibilities. Okay. So they're denying that because they're just too caught up, like this man playing the violin here, not paying attention to the spirits that are around him. You know, they're just too caught up in the responsibilities of life. Okay, they're too caught up they're too caught up trying to manifest, you know, their life. Okay, using all their tools in life to, you know, to concentrate on their responsibilities. Okay, trying to concentrate. And here's the thing, this is you know, when the King of Pentacles is in reverse, he's materialistic. Okay, so what he's trying to manifest is money, money, and more money. Okay, so he don't have time. He doesn't have time to sit there and listen to, you know, the hunches and the feelings that's going on around him. Okay, he's denying that because, you know, he's denying it because he's too caught up in trying to manifest money, you know, so that he can take care of, you know, his resources, his responsibilities, you know, if he has kids, you know, this man is all about making money, okay? Because when he's in the reverse, he's all about materialism and, you know, making money. You know, money means a lot to him, you know. When he's in the upright, yeah, you know, money means something to him, but at least it's on a healthy level. When he's in reverse, it's an unhealthy level, okay? So he is denying, you know, these signs and synchronicities, okay? So really, all in all, the reason why divine masculines are not in communication is because they're denying. They're denying their life purpose. They're denying this journey, okay? That's really what it's all about. That's their biggest hang-up, is that if they could actually realize that there is a higher calling for them, and they actually paid attention, really paid attention to it, and, you know, used courage, okay? Use their courage and strength to face their fears, all right? And to, you know, use the power of freedom to create their own happiness, they would actually have success, okay? But they're just, the reason why they're not is because they're denying it. And in both situations, they're in denial, okay? Whether they know that they have a life purpose or not, that they are a twin and that they are on a journey, doesn't matter. Whether they do or don't, they're denying. They're in denial. They're denying it, okay? So, let's see. In order for this success, all right, let's pull a clarifier for this success, because, you know, Spirit is very, very clear that if they would not continue in this denial and had the courage to take over their own freedom and happiness, they would actually have success. That's what Spirit is saying. So I want to go ahead and pull a clarifier. All right, so we have the Eight of Pentacles. So, you know, there's an indication that, there is an indication that it'll be worked on. I feel like Spirit's not going to give up, okay? I feel like this is Spirit saying that they're going to keep trying to work at them, okay, with the Eight of Pentacles, because the Eight of Pentacles is about, you know, working hard and trying to master a skill, okay? So I do feel like Spirit is saying that they are going to try to keep working at these divine masculines so that they can have success, okay? Spirit's not going to give up on them is what I can see, all right? So, let's see. So, yeah, look, so now we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is about a new idea that you can actually take action on. So, yeah, I feel like there will be success. There'll be success because Spirit is going to keep working on it. Spirit and the divine and their guides will keep working on this divine masculine. And if divine masculine can really, you know, get his heads out of the clouds and can realize that he's on this life purpose, I do feel like, you know, he'll start to get the idea and actually start working towards it, and possibly, you know, we'll be able to communicate later. But for right now, the biggest hang-up is both sides, whether they know about this journey or not, their biggest hang-up is that they're in denial. And as long as they reject this journey and this purpose, then they're rejecting you. That's what it all boils down to. If they reject this journey, then they reject you, and that's what keeps them from communicating. All right, but I am seeing that, you know, there will be success. All right, Spirit will keep working on them. There will be success. I feel like Spirit is going to give them the courage, and, you know, give them the freedom to start creating their own happiness and start helping them with the denial that they are in at this present time. All right, so there'll be success. The Spirit will keep working on them, all right? And you divine feminines have to keep praying for your divine masculine as well, hoping that he can discover his purpose, okay? It's up to you, Divine Feminine. You the one, you know, you mirror with them, okay? So you're the one who has to call them in, okay? Like calling in your soulmate, that card, calling in your soulmate. You have to call them in, okay? They're denying the journey, and therefore they're denying you. That's really what it's all about. So, all right, guys, that's a short one. We will talk to you all soon. I love you all. If you have questions, I have answers, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.